behind every headline about war and behind every statistic, there are lives. There are children maybe who won't have the chance to celebrate their another birthday. There are people maybe who won't go back to their sweet home. That not just the tragic stories. These are the scares of war crimes. And today I will discuss the topic, the legal framework for war crimes and human rights accountability. And in this context and in recent time, this topic is very important, and I will be successful when I will make you understand what is war crime and what is how it violates human rights and what is the legal framework. So first of all, what is war crime? It is a serious violation and it happens during the armed conflict, and it includes like targeting civilians, torture, using prohibited weapons, and we will have a clear concept in Article 8 of Rome Statute. We can see there is some point. So first point is killing or wounding of combatant horse day combat, and I would like to request you to pay your attention here. The first point is protection of civilians, distinction between civilians and combatant. This is under customary international humanitarian law. So first of all, we have to understand what is combatant. Combatant means who is taking part of that armed conflict and who has weapons. So the civilians don't have weapons and they don't take part in the war crime. So we have to understand who is civilian and who is combatant. Combatant can be a lawful target, but civilians cannot be a lawful target. This is the second point. Attacks on civilian is not allowed. And the third point is use of prohibited weapon. Okay, so which weapon is prohibited? We can have the clear concept here under the customary international humanitarian law that that weapon which causes the unnecessary sufferings. You don't need to use it, but you are using it just for the violation. You can't use it. That is prohibited. And fourthly, we can see the sexual violation and rape. We know there are so many hyenas around us, okay? So they have the chance, okay, this is the war time now, I can abuse women. But this is not gonna happen. Here is a law that says that during the war, you can't do sexual violence or rape. Okay, and here is some article from the Geneva Convention. We can see the third article. It's about human treatment of prisoner of war. That means you have to give them the basic needs like food, shelter. You have to give them, and that's their right. And we can see the last point in enlistment of children under 15. That means which children don't cross the age 15, you can't use them as a fighter or as a soldier in your armed conflict. Their time to go to school, they have to study now. They are immature, you can't manipulate them. So I guess you are clear about what is war crime. Okay, so how it violates the human rights? Violation of rights. Okay, first of all, what is human rights? The basic concept. Do you know? The human right is the right to live freely. So you can't just make anyone's life, you can't just violate their peace or their life. Okay. And then freedom from torture, and the government should ensure their security. Okay. So I would like to give you two real life examples. This is the landmark case. Redoven was this situation was during Bosnian War. He was convicted for genocide, and he was convicted 10 cases out of 11, and then he is sentenced by life imprisonment. And here is the Charles Taylor case, who was convicted for rape and sexual violence in Sierra Leone civil war in 1991 again. And then what is the reformation we can do? First of all, take advancement. Okay, we all are using AI, but why we are not using AI in this war crime perspective? We should use AI, we should use satellite imagery to collect more data, to improve our investigation, and then we should expand ICC. We know US, Israel are not the member of ICC. So ICC membership should be expanded and their work should be expanded, and that's why they need international cooperation. They need this, they need good funding for making a very effective prosecution in this war crime. And lastly, what I have said, how it violates war crime and how it defines according to Article 8, and what are the organization and how to reform it. So thank you everyone. Lastly, I would like to say one line, that every life, I am repeating myself, every life holds a value, not by the circumstance or situation, but by the right to live. Thank you.
It's obvious that during war there will be tremendous damage, but for greater good. So I would like to hear your thoughts that how will you define it?
Well, very interesting question, and I was actually expecting it. So we know also we have law in it, and as far as I know in my research, that under customary international humanitarian law there is a rule 14, and it's about the proportionality of the damage. That means you have to proportionate according to your military necessity and the damages, and the damages should not be unintentional, but if it is unexpected, this is kind of forgivable. Okay, thank you. Effect, and we know, as I mentioned it before, under ICC, United States and Israel, that means the most powerful countries are not the member of that ICC, and this and we know about United Nations, that is also affected by the political empowerment. So that's why actually.
This is a new information. I believe the class can actually take note. All the rules that we see regarding genocide, regarding war crimes, regarding crimes